Hi, I'm Bonnie Rose,
Hi, I'm Stephen S. Miller, aka Mama Rose.
and we're here talking with the Roses.
With our guest, David Dean Bottrell. Welcome to the show, David.
Thank you.
We're so thrilled that you can be here with us. So, David, growing up in Kentucky, far away from the bright lights of the entertainment business, who inspired you? When did
Oh,
you know that you really, this was it? I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be in this business no matter what.
for people of my generation anyway, I was kind of a TV kid because I was not super popular on the playground. So TV was kind of my friend. And I have to say, the first thing I remember really feeling obsessed with were two things, like those kind of sci-fi shows like Star Trek and stuff like that. And also all those great variety shows that
Mhm.
were on TV, like, Carol Burnett and Sonny and Cher and all those people. I, I, I loved like this kind of, I don't know, this kind of glamorous kind of world it seemed to be like a celebrity on TV. It seemed so fun, and I kind of loved those people. And I don't know what they were really like, but to me they seemed so cool and so funny, and I wanted to be friends with them, and I wanted to be like them. I think that was the beginning of it. Yeah.
And you've had such an abundant career as an author, as a screenwriter, as a coach, as a playwright. Um, you know, what, let's say, would be the spotlight, and how have you kept your longevity?
Um,
And you had, I mean, some great, Boston Legal. I could go on and on with your career, which I'm such a huge fan. We're both such a huge fan of.
well, I'll tell you, Bonnie. A few years ago, I was directing a play at a regional theater in California, and the woman who was the artistic director, I forget, I made some joke. I tend to do kind of self-deprecating jokes because that's my style. And she said, but you're like a Renaissance man. And I thought, and I said, what are you talking about? And she said, well, you've done this and this and this and this. And it was the first time I'd really thought about it. And I said, I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. I didn't do all those things because I was so fascinated that I wanted to, like, try every aspect of the business. I did it to stay employed because, like, when you hit a little gap at one point in your, if you're an actor, you're going to hit dead spots where you're going to fall out of favor, or you're going to be between categories or something. And that happened to me more than once. And it was the beginning of me thinking, well, what else can I do? What else can I do so that I don't have to, like, go back to food service? Like, what else could I possibly do that would, earn a living and be fun and still be creative and use some of what I knew? And that's honest to God how it happened, how I wound up starting to, like, learn. I taught myself how to write, and I taught myself how to direct, and to produce a little bit as well, and to teach, because, and they're cool things. Like, they're all different. They're all like a different skill set, but they're all inherently, creative. It's the beginning of, like, how do we make this work? And I was actually just talking to somebody. I was doing an interview just yesterday, actually, and I was talking about how when I talk to students, I say, it's really important that you kind of have to be somebody who likes to solve a puzzle if you want to have a career, because every situation you wind up in is going to be a different equation. It's going to be different things are going to be asked of you. It's going to be different materials. It's going to be different personnel, different artists that you're working with, different responsibilities. And if you like that, if you like sort of figuring it out, it can be an interesting career, and you really can move around, especially these days. I mean, there's really no stigma now. Everybody does everything now. But I feel blessed and lucky, and I've had some people who were loyal to me over the years as well, and I try to be loyal back.
Well, with all of the fabulous things that you do, what routines do you do to keep yourself motivated and moving forward?
That's a wonderful question. I used to have routines before I lived 24 hours a day at my apartment. Um, I used to do things like exercise and go and see, art and movies and plays and stuff like that. I think that what I've tried to do is, within the confines of the world that I occupy right now, and with the help of this wonderful, Zoom platform, and, my phone and everything else to just sort of stay in touch with people, is I've tried to once again kind of solve the equation and every day try to be creative. Trying not to just sit here and, early on that was not so much happening and I was not being so creative. And then I began to notice like the number of times I was going down to the garbage bin with a plastic bag full of empty wine bottles. And I thought, David, this is not going to end well. So you need to start doing some stuff. So I try to spend some time writing. I try to spend some time reading. I try to spend some time listening to music. Within what I can do, I try to spend a little time physically exercising, but right now it's pretty challenging. But thank God for this means of like connecting with people, because I've been able to talk to other people who are doing the same thing or struggling with the same thing. I'm sure you guys have had your struggles with it as well. But you got to, no matter what happens, you got to keep paddling. You got to keep going with the flow. You can't just, if you sit there, it's not good for you. It's not good for your work. It's not good for anybody.
Oh, absolutely. And with all of the experiences that you've had, the ups and downs, we all have them, but you're so talented, so amazing. We adore you. What advice would you give to someone who's just starting out in this business?
I would say, do anything you can do. Go through any door that opens for you. Audition for anything you can audition for, be in any reading you can be in any student film you can be in. And some of that, at least in my career, this was the case. Some of that will be crap. It'll just be crap, but you learn from it. And you also meet other people who are doing it. And you begin to kind of figure out who you are. And you begin to build kind of a network of friends who will truly provide you with your real education about the business and who will truly keep you updated on, as you will do the same for them, about kind of how it's changing and what is needed now, because it really does morph as it goes along. So I would say, once again, they don't come and knock on the door and say, hey, you want to be an actor. You have to find ways to pursue and get better. That, by the way, is something I think that is a lifelong thing. You have to keep trying to challenge yourself and get better and better and better and do your work better and step into new things that are uncomfortable and find out. It's really the best part of it. It's the most interesting and will keep you interested, well into your 80s if you can still remember your lines by that point. But my advice is do it. Don't wait for permission. Just get out there and start anything. It doesn't matter about getting paid. You'll get paid later. Just get started.
Great advice. Really great advice. What do you have any upcoming projects that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I'm gonna go do my laundry today.
Oh.
It was pretty dead here as it was for pretty much everybody for a long time. I was very blessed that I just shot a TV show a couple of days ago. And it was my first time back at work since the COVID thing shut us all down. And I have to say, it was lovely to be back at work again. It was great. So I had a great time. Everybody was happy. They had all the COVID, protocols were in place. It was bizarre. In terms of it was like shooting on a spaceship or something. It was very strange in a lot of ways. And you had zones that you were in and you didn't go into the other zone. It was bizarre, but it was so well organized. And I truly felt very safe. I was tested 3 times that week and tested the day I went on. They were really careful. So I felt like, wow, maybe we can do this. Maybe we actually can work. I will tell you the one funny thing that happened was, or I thought it was funny, was, you go through this whole thing with this mask on. And then right before the director, and you rehearse it, you block it, the whole thing, you're all set to go. You've chatted, from a distance with people. And then you get ready to shoot and everybody took their mask off for the first time that the director called action. And we'd never seen each other before. Suddenly you're seeing the face of these people that you're going to act in this scene with for the first time. And that was so weird to me. We all were oh, you look very different than I thought you were going to. And after that, we were fine, after that first shockwave. But it's a brave new world. And I do admire the unions, like not just SAG-AFTRA, but the crew unions and everybody who've really worked it out so we can work again. And that's amazing. And thank you, everybody, for that. But that's all I know about. I'm on hold for something, but we know what that means. Right. It means cross fingers. We'll see. And that's, interestingly enough, something that would shoot in California. And it actually sadly may not work out because of quarantines. But we'll see. I mean, they're trying to make that work out, but we don't know if it will or not. But I'm auditioning, which is good. It was slow, but now I'm kind of doing stuff. And so, like you were doing, like, hey, let's hope it keeps busy. And I hope the same for everybody else. I hope that you guys are busy, and I hope that everybody who's watching is busy. Let's hope for the best. And we have a lot to feel hopeful for now, for several reasons.
Oh, David, this has been an absolute delight. We want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you, David Dean Bottrell.
Oh, my pleasure. Oh, I wish you guys had talked more. All right. I'll see you guys again soon somewhere, I know.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You have been talking with the Roses.
See you next time.